Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. This is Mizzle. You watching my channel, Mizzle 14, and I'm here doing another season of Love Island review. So if you was here, you know I started my Love Island journey since season 6. So I reviewed season 6. No, I didn't. Oh no, yes I did. I reviewed season 6. I reviewed season 7, and now I'm here with season 8. And I'm here doing the first 3 episodes. So I'm gonna break it down, do like every few episodes each at a time. So welcome Sunday, happy Sunday. Hope you're enjoying the thing. If you go on your way work or everything, listening, replay game, appreciate you. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and welcome Mizzies. And I'm here giving you my honest, fun review. I don't take the show too seriously. I like to enjoy it, what it's worth, and give you my ideas. So those of y'all who are in my Discord, please follow my Discord because we will watch the new episode tonight when I get home from work. So we definitely will be watching the new episode. Hey, shine bright like a diamond. You're beautiful like diamond in the sky. What's up? I do like my haircut, but still, I still look good. How y'all feeling for another season for Love Island? I'm excited. I'm enjoying it so far. And I have some things to say. But not only that, we got some other like miscellaneous news to talk about before we get into episodes. And let's do that first, and then we get to the episodes. We're trying not to be here too long and just go straight to it, tell my opinions, and we get off of here. And my next review of Love Island will be this Wednesday. Since there's no new episodes Wednesdays, we could do another review on Wednesdays. All right, let's get into this. Share screen. Hey, Queso Red Boo, how you doing? Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Yes, like a diamond. Welcome, welcome. All right, so Love Island revealed the cast a couple days before the season started. The season started June 2nd, and Love Island revealed it this past Thursday on May 28th. And it was supposed to be a starter of 12 individuals. And 12 individuals more than last year. I think last year it was 10. 12 individuals. Hey, boo. Um, 6 girls and 6 guys were supposed to premiere this season. Gabriel was supposed to be one of the OGs, but he got demoted to be a bombshell, which was still a good looking guy. So it was a great choice as bombshells because usually bombshells for the guys usually be all great, but the bombshell for the ladies be lackluster. So this year they stepping it up with the bombshells for the guys, for the ladies, and it's good. And they had a good bombshell for the guys too. Kata, she was beautiful. So he got put as a bombshell because of VASANA exit. And the reason why she got exit, Love Island stand on exclusivity. Love Island stand on fairness, equality, no discrimination, and stuff like that. So because she said a negative slur, racial slur, they had to get rid of her. They started this. I don't know. They did that in the past season 1 to 5. They didn't do that for season 6, but they definitely did it for season 7. So apparently, some racial comments came from her account, not from her account, from her in her past, and it did not show up in initial when they did the screening. Because when I first saw the news, I was like, "Oh, here we go again," because they did this last season and they did not find it. And people who saw this, people on the show, they came on the show and people was able to search and came up with it. So I said, "How is regular people is able to find this stuff?" And you, hold on, hope I'm in the screen. And you, a big production, is not being able to find these things. So we was about to get on them again, but production said, it's not us this time because they learned a lesson from last season. So they really went scrubbing and this did not show up. the video that we saw when she was saying the N word doing by singing a song, and also while she was playing an arcade game, and she was saying it numerous times. So it's more than one occasion. Those are the only two examples we got, but probably more than one occasion that she said that. Right, no more than that two occasions that she said that. And I think she was younger because she looked like she was like in her teens or something like that, or younger than what she looks now. And they said that can't say the word. She shouldn't be saying the word. So that's her. Even though she probably not now that she probably learned her lessons or she didn't do it now, but still, it's still a stance I love what it takes. And they did it. So they removed her from the show a couple days before they started the season. And people were blaming them. Hey, Empress Boo, what's up? People was blaming them production because I was one of them. I said, "Come on, production, we ain't doing this again. Kindly, y'all not find it." But they said no. It was a private video that was not on her account. It was not on her account. So when they scrubbed the account and they searched all her social media like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Tumblr, anything, any social media, you should go everywhere, right? Even back to their MySpace days. Even that's not that's not available anymore. But that's that. Scrub it. And they didn't find it. So apparently somebody, like one of her friends, had that video and it kept that video for a while now. I said, see, y'all from disloyal friends or ex-friends or hidden people. Because for you to hold that video until you see that she's going to be on this show and you know that show does eliminate people for doing racial slurs, it's like that, and you just post it out there like that, it's ridiculous. Now, granted, we see she did say that, so yes, understand it. But at the same time, why would you hold on to this for so long and to wait it until she get part of the show? Because the show does do wonders for people who get on the show. Whether they win on the show or not, it does give them opportunities after the show, like brand deals or something like that. So for y'all to take her ability away to be on the show to get exposure and just only be talked about of her what she did, it's crazy. So because they did that, they took her off the show. They put Gabriel as a bombshell. And y'all notice on my thumbnail, it was a spot in the bottom left corner. She was sitting there, but they took her off. So y'all know she's not there anymore. And yeah. Yes, then we might have videos of our friends having a good time. People might have videos of me twerking up and down in a flicker thing and stuff like that. So don't get me wrong, that's understandable. But I'm not gonna, like you said, I'm not gonna use it for a mad day and expose them. It's like, oh, this slush is. No, you keep it for yourself. And remember this: I'm not gonna put it out there for people to see if they got opportunities and I'm hating on them and I say, oh, see, this what it is. Put on no. So yeah, give me one. Yes, we all might have videos of friends, or people might have videos of us dancing, drinking, having a good time, doing something things that is only between the friends group for no, but not to put it out there to expose someone. Yes. So whoever that friend was a hating friend that did that. But at the same time, she should have said with the shed, but they took a stance. She's not here anymore, so we can't do anything about that. And Love Island has been listening, so I guess they did. So hopefully no other surprises comes up of these cast members, because we would have seen it by now. But hopefully no other surprises, because people like to come out and say things about people in the cast, and the cast members don't have their phones, so they can't defend themselves. They don't even know what's happening in the social world. They're only gonna find out when they get eliminated or they get back eliminated and they get their phones back, and then they see what's happening. Right. So, and then I think this year they put a clause that no family or friends can run their social accounts. And I think their comment sections and their accounts are private or limited or whatever. You can't comment any posts like that to avoid people who put hate messages and they think that, which I guess they learn their lessons and try to save. help protect the cast members. Because people could be ruthless and rude for a show that you don't even know these people. You're only watching, thinking at least an hour a day of their lives to us, and y'all get so consumed and so enthralled that y'all start acting a fool, which is crazy. Y'all need to stop that and just watch the show for what it is. Just watch the show for what it is. Y'all doing too much. So, but she got removed. I hope she learned her lesson. But she did an apology. She wrote an apology. Let me read it to y'all. Hold up. Let me see. So they said, hashtag Love Island USA, season 8 has returned home after her dreaded N-word controversy, which resulted in her being kicked off the show before it even started, has broken her silence on social media. Here's what she had to say. I want to address a couple of videos from my teen years that have recently resurfaced. In those videos, I used a racial slur that is no excuse for it, and I'm deeply sorry. I am embarrassed and disappointed by my words. I take full responsibility for what I said and understand why it has hurt and upset people. Since then, I have grown a lot as a person and taken the time to educate myself, listen, learn, and better understand the impact that language can have. That growth does not erase my mistake, and I am not asking anyone to excuse it. I believe people should be held accountable for their actions, but I also believe in growth, learning, and becoming better. To anyone I hurt or disappointed, I am truly sorry. That was her response. Whether you feel like it's her words or not, doesn't matter. I don't care. That's what she said, and hope she does learn her lesson and she move on from that. And no, that's not okay. It does hurt people. Whether and save your pain to yourself about, oh well, she's just singing a song and she just that's not too bad and singing. At the end of the day, that words does hurt a group of people. And no, you can't tell somebody how to feel. Whether you personally don't feel, I wish, if you personally don't feel that's offensive to you, doesn't mean it's not offensive to a collective of a group of people in that culture or race, right? I wish he did a video. This could be AI for all I know. It could be. It could be. It could be. Like I said, people use GPT and all that extra stuff to like they apology videos. So this was her words. So I'm gonna go by. Hopefully, this is she's word this, but this is her apology. So we had to go by that. Speaking of other news, before we get to the show, remove this. Hold up. Let's do this other one. Yeah, the apology could not be her, but she could have at least did a video. Yeah, it'd be nice to see the sincerity of her words and sincerity. All right, this is another controversy, which I shouldn't be a controversial issue, but it is, which I don't understand because reality TV shows started in the early 2000s. Early 2000, mind y'all. We are 2026. A reality TV show started in early 2000s. A lot of people have quit jobs, left their jobs, and all the extra stuff, or took a leave for absence for their jobs to do reality TV show or TV or fame. Whether or not they become big afterwards is a risk they're willing to take. Some people become big and they become content creators or they do other stuff. Hey, how you doing? Content creation or do other things outside of the show they was on. They do like brand deals. They do probably go towards acting or any other things that open them up to other things. or they probably go back to their regular lives or whatever it is. And people might notice them. Some things might change. They may get more followers, people more following them. So people leave their jobs for fame and reality TV show and any walks of life all the time. So I don't understand what is the big deal that this guy decided to come on the show because he's a police officer. So it's some exception to the rule. You can leave your job, but you can't leave a certain particular type of job, which is stupid. Now, at the end of the day, do what's best for you. Don't let nobody or any job or corporation try to tell you what you can't do for your own personal life. And you take responsibility to what decisions you make. If something comes out of this or not, he's liked. I don't even know why we really hate him on the show. He's presenting himself to be good. You might not like some of his decisions he's making, but he's not presenting himself as a douchebag or F-boy so far or whatnot. He does seem respectful. It's like that. So what'll come out of it, he might get something out of it. Or he, as a police officer, let's be for real. You could be a bad cop and still get a job somewhere else. You might leave the force you were now and go to another state or somewhere else and get hired. So it's not the end of the world for him. And he got years experience. So if he decided to go back, he could. He might not go back to that department because this freaking mayor or whatever wanted to decide to blast him of his decision. And let me tell y'all, jobs do not own you. I know sometimes John like to own you, try and dictate how you do your life. That's what we say, take your PTOs, take your stuff, you earn it, take the thing. Because at the end of the day, once you leave or they get rid of you, they replace you in 2.5 seconds. Don't think that because you've been there for so while, they're loyal to you. Yes, they might like you and you might like your job and everything, and you might be a valuable team member. But even if you do leave, they still could place you. So for him to say, oh, he knows that he shouldn't leave because now it's going hard to fill the position to next year. I said, I don't know how you talking about, because at the end of the day, there are a lot of people who do apply to be police officers and something like that. Maybe to not to the degree that he think in that county, whatever it is, but a lot of people apply. And when people does get into the field, they realize it's too much for them sometimes. Some of them come to the realization it's too much, even with the good benefits or the good PTOs you get, retirement early, all that stuff. It's come demanding job, long hours. Sometimes you got to do double shifts and whatnot. So it could be demanding. So for him to get on the show and the mayor want to come out and criticize himself, oh, you choose to leave your police force to do a reality TV show, and what's the issue? What's the issue? Now, me personally, I wouldn't leave my benefits and everything to do a reality TV show because I'm not going to do no reality TV show. That's just me. Yeah, and they call Officer Sexy Pants. Don't even know his name like that. So yes, he's a sexy dude. So yes, he'll be good. How you mad that the citizen affectionately called Officer Sexy Pants decides to go on Love Island? Exactly. You mad because you can't do that. Sometimes people project because I wish I had done that. I'm stuck. I want to do this because I like my safety net. I don't like the uncertainty, and also I can't do myself reality TV show because you're not gonna dictate what I'm gonna do or not. No, I'm not doing that. No, if I don't feel like going somewhere, I'm not going somewhere. If I want to eat, I want to eat. Like y'all, and then I'm not my phone. I said, listen, you probably could take away my phone, whatever. But you gonna give me my game systems and a TV to play some games. I don't have to watch no news and that because I don't watch news now. I need, if I gave you my Switch 2 or my Steam Deck or my PS5 or something like that, you're not having me up there. Nah, I'm good. Because I'm not gonna be in this insane kind of world. You got me in the loop and I can't do nothing. Take my phone. What about my auto books? Give me a tablet so I can read books or something. Out of here. So he get upset. So, oh, we paid our tax dollars for you to do this police force, and he was only there. A lot of people think that he only was a police officer for less than a year. No, he had years experience before he joined this force, and he was on in this Pennsylvania police force for like less than a year, or at least a year. But he had year experience in other areas. Remember in the show, he told us he moved around a lot. Maybe his moving around is because he was doing different jobs in different counties as a police officer or whatever it was. So now he's stationed in Pennsylvania because he moved over here because, you know, he has a child. And I think he's a single father for right now. We don't know about the mother of the child. Because I think his mother left or something. But I don't know. He's a father. We know he's on his page. And that's another thing everybody talk about, him being a father. I said at the end of the day, they do hire people who have children on the show. So at the end of the day, regular people find for love now. We see a lot of people on these dating shows who got children and everything are looking for love, looking for parents, even though they might not be selected or desirable because people might not want to date them because they have children. But at the same time, it doesn't stop them from looking. So Love Island represents people on regular lives. These are regular people. We wanted the regular people to be on the show. So we have regular people on this season. No influencers, none of that. They are regular people. So they are regular people. You will have regular people. Meaning you'll have people who might have children. You'll have people who might be bisexual. You might be people who might be pansexual. You might be people. It's people of all walks of life on the show. So stop that. Y'all need to stop that. Watch the show for what it's worth and only like them for what they present to us. Right? So that's what it was. So I said, the man, get out of here. At the end of the day, you can be replaced too. You get voted on anyway, so anybody can get replaced. So don't be too loyal to a place and thinking that they got your back and whatnot. But they can turn around and let you go and find somebody replacement in 2.5 seconds. Stop that. So it's, who for is it when you hire people and not hire more people to cover your department? That's on you. That's not on him. So the mother, he was told to put it, and the craziness, he was told to put in leave for absence. People say he quit his job. Even if he did quit, doesn't matter. I don't fault his decision. But he was told to put a leave of absence to go. So he put the leave of absence, and then they denied his leave after he left for Fiji. And he was in a villa. So y'all was wrong for that. Y'all waited. So I think he believed that he was good. And then when he got on here, they just denied it. Which is messed up. But either way, if he can't go back to there, he's not jobless, y'all. And I know he said on the show he might find another career. Whatever. At the end of the day, he can still go back. Trust me. Not to there, but he could still find another place. So he's good. Leave it out. Especially if y'all years experience. Another department will pick him up if he wanted to go back to being a police officer. So the mom, I said, go ahead, mom. You better defend your son. Because I know that's right. So mom said, listen, this is Sean's mom, and the statements made by these officials are disappointing, and they missed a huge opportunity to make a positive impact. They did not spend tax dollars to send him to a full academy. He came with 4 years of experience from North Carolina, where he was a sheriff deputy. Contra Costa County Sheriff Department paid for him to attend a full academy. Yes, they spend some money, but they are making statements that do not tell the whole story. Also, I think it's interesting that they say he resigned because he was told to put in for leave before going on the show. And then after arriving to Fiji, his leave was denied. I think when a mayor or anyone is speaking on something, especially something about another person, it's important to share all the facts. I stand with my son, I support him fully, and I do am proud of him. That's right. Period. Try to shape the narrative. At the end of the day, doesn't matter. His decisions, and no job shall own you. You do what's right for your life, and this is the opportunity. And Love Island does give people an opportunity to have better things for their lives, whether it's brand deals, whether it's sponsorship deals, commercials, acting, modeling. These people who usually don't become winners do lock for themselves. Like Janae for season 6, I like her. She was one of my favorites. She's doing well for herself, and she wasn't a winner. Serena Cordell winners of the show, but they doing good for themselves. Cordell was already good for himself, but Serena, she's doing good. And even though she got social anxiety, she got anxieties, and she's doing well for herself. Leah, Miguel, they're all good. And some people I mentioned was not winners. Even that dusty behind freaking guy we're not gonna name who was dating freaking Janae is on his freaking Spanish network, whatever it is. Like I said, I guess too much not on them. And other people who's on that season is doing good for themselves. So it's like or do influencers or content creation. And even some people who probably don't go back to content creation full time. They got back to their regular lives. They got notoriety. People like them. People see them. They got more fans. So it does open doors for them. So it's not the end of the world. And if they decided to go back to the regular lives, they can go back to the regular lives with more people, more notoriety. So it is what it is. People need to stop it. I don't know why this was a big controversial issue for some apparent reason. Maybe the mayor stepping out saying something, escalate the situation. But at the end of the day, everybody go do what they want to do. It's your life, and nobody should tell you how you should do your life. If an opportunity comes from, and you need to take it, go ahead. Yes, and they can move to another show in the Love Island family. Yes, they can do another show. Some of the people might do Beyond the Villa. Not everyone. Some of them might do Beyond the Villa. That's even more exposure. Because they started Beyond the Villa for season 6. So they did one from season 6, they went for last season, and they will do one for this season. Now everybody will come. And then some of them might do other like Love Island games or other shows on other reality TV shows. So that's not the end of the world. And if he decides to go back to his regular life, that's on him. But he's not gonna be jobless, y'all. As a police officer, he's not gonna be jobless. Somebody else will pick him up. So, and if he leaves the show, it's because a lot of ladies probably don't want to be tied to a man who has a child, which is understandable. So that's a decision. That's his life. He made that decision. That's his thing. He gonna understand that the dating pool is not gonna be as big as one. He could have access to many women, and somebody will be lucky enough to be with him and step up and be a stepmom whenever to his child and all that stuff. But maybe not the girls in Love Island, but hey, it's not the end of the world for him. All right, that was some news. It was another news that I want to bring up, but let's do that quickly. But the Gabriel thing, because I'm not gonna put that video up there because I'm not listening to that video like that. But I need people to stop clout chasing other people's names, stuff like that. So if y'all don't know, it's on Twitter, some figure unknown person, and that's the name going to be because they ain't even named the guy. They said unknown, want to claim that he had some sexual relations with Gabriel on the show. Gabriel's the bombshell. He's the first bombshell who's a Brazilian. Okay, you know, this Brazilians is free people, they sexual individuals, it's like that, and whatnot. And he claimed he had a sexual encounter with this guy. So I would say, so first, Gabriel cannot defend himself. He's in his villa, and you want to spread information out there to try to expose him. And it's crazy is that as he's doing this, he think that people gonna be on his side. No, people are clowning him. Because I said, why will you come out and do something? And it makes people further who are already homophobic and stuff like that to come on to see. That's why I can't mention to get messy gays. And this is the stuff y'all like to do. Y'all like to expose people. Y'all wear. See, he said not everybody. You got that small little subset of people who want to do stuff like that. Now he's on Love Island, and then you want to attempt to expose him. Whether that thing is alleged, true or not, it still doesn't give me right to come out there and say it. So now you out there, and you say we got to say, and I think he could fabricate that whole story. Because you know people could be delusional and tie yourself to somebody just because you had a whole picture with the guy, and y'all probably worked together at an event. Doesn't mean he did something. And if he did flirt with you and did something with you, why are you coming out and saying so? This is a whack. I don't like that. That's how people get hurt. or people get alive for do stuff like that. And the fact that this guy cannot defend himself. Yes, I found it funny how he was able to give every little detail of the exact sexual encounter. He's like, oh, y'all can figure out the rest. No, we're not gonna figure out nothing. If you're gonna tell us everything, tell us everything. Hey, right. He gave us every minute details of leading up to that, but he said we gotta figure out the rest about the sexual encounter. No. You tell us what happened. And even if you do tell us what happened, we are still clowning you for you should be even saying this. I know a few people say, oh, well, we need to know, expose the people because they like to get. I said, at the end of the day, don't stop individuals who might, who will be held responsible for misleading a woman if they are actually bi or whatever. You should be upfront and let them know that you are into men and stuff like that. Because some women don't want to deal with another guy who deal with a guy. That's fine. So it's up to that person to be honest with you. And I know sometimes it can be this, but I said disclosure can only be done if you harming individuals. Like if you know that you are someone who's sleeping with men and you might be having STDs or you expose and you harming another person. Hello, how you doing? Harming another person. Then I understand the risk of exposure because this person is going out there, misleaders, lying to people, putting people at lives at risk, exposing them to maybe STDs or STIs like that, sleeping around. And that person in the home don't even know. However, when there's no harm being done, and you have a consensual encounters and no, he not in a relationship, and he not effing nobody, and he not harming nobody, ain't no reason for you exposing. I'm great. I'm great. About to recap on Love Island. Glad you're here. Hope you enjoy. So ain't no reason to expose if he harming nobody. New York. I don't feel that's fair because Shelly was bisexual. Her business wasn't put out there. How do we know if the man wants to deal with a bisexual woman? Yes, exactly. No, I'm not saying no. It's not fair. It's not fair. I said the only I think that somebody should be exposed if someone is harming individual, like exposing them to STDs, it's like that, and you in a relationship and you're misleading, lying, it's like that. But however, if there's no harm being done and it's not affecting no one, if you have consensual sex and this is that or whatnot, then no. Like abusers, we want somebody to be. If you abuse someone, we want to like to know you abuse someone, so we could have formal issues. You abuser. That's what I'm saying. However, Shelly was bisexual, and nobody should expose her like that because she didn't harm no one. If it was consensual sex, it was nothing else being harmed, then nothing. So if you had this encounter with this guy gave you, it was no reason for you to come out here exposing him. That's not right. All right. I know who this guy is, but you saying some stupid stuff. It's Spider-Man in your city. What's Spider-Man? Get the boy out of here. So, no, I don't believe in exposure. Now, Gabriel is somewhat bisexual. That it's up to him to tell a woman that he's dealing with that he's bisexual. It's not up to someone else to tell him that if no risk of harm is being done. You're a fool that's sleeping with a person in a relationship, and that's on you. That's your decision. Not on the outcome because you got curved. And people get whatever. I would say all that say that Gabriel do you. And people say, well, even if it's not far fetched that he will do stuff like that, because as a Brazilian man, they are free, liberal people. Shit, you go in their country, they would kiss you, they would kiss a woman, they would kiss a man, they would kiss anybody, they would free and live with people, and they don't give a damn. And that's their right. But we're not going to use that against them and say that, oh, because they like that, they're all misleading people or something like that. No, we're not doing that. Oh, you can expose them or whatever sexual counsel. If you had a sexual counsel with Gabriel, keep that to yourself. I don't think why we doing all that stuff. So in 5 months, you want to expose somebody, that's ridiculous. But that's all I have to say. That is messed up. But you're right. It's not fair for someone to expose someone if you had some sexual counsel with somebody or you mess with that person in your past and then they don't do no any harm between you and other individuals. There was no harm being done. There's no exposure needs to be had. So I agree. It's not fair for you to say anything. And let's be honest, y'all. That unknown person, he ain't getting no accolades that he thought he was going to get. People are clouding him left and right. Hold on, y'all. My high here. So if you hear the AC, that's the AC going. All right. Y'all still hear me? All right. Let's get to the episodes. Oh, y'all here waiting for. All right. So Love Island season 8 is they start off with 10 people. 10 people on the as the OG cast. And everybody else is bombshells. So season 8 is 6 weeks, and the prize is $100,000. So as much as you want love, it's still a game at the end of the day to win the prize. Yes, you're supposed to explore, find a relationship, find a partner you might could step up with, but at the same time, you do build friendship. So it's a level of respect with each other of building this whole experience because y'all in this spawn in the villa together. So you should have respect as friends. Yes, it's not Friendship Island, but at the same time, it is a level of respect of building friendship with the people in the cast because sometimes they might need to save you where they need to come. So at the end of the day, your main focus is finding love. But at the same time, you build a friendship. But you should not let your friendship dictate your love experience. You get what I'm saying? Right? So here we go. Here go the people. I'm not doing pictures. I already did the who's who. Did I did that? Or whatever. If I did that not. I know pictures. People ready to see the show. Yeah, that's what it is. Y'all gotta go find out. Anaya Kinsey was the first to arrive. They all that. I said, can y'all do all that? Stop screaming. Oh my gosh. They was already screaming all down. Down. I said, can y'all relax while I screaming? Today is screaming. Anaya is 23. Kinsey is 24. They both in Georgia. Naya working the marketing director with her family in a nonprofit. Kinsey just graduated nursing school. And she also a competitive dancer. I said, that's why I like to dance too. Use a bus to split down. So Kinsey said she's a lover girl. And Naya said she wants to start a family. She has been single at least 6 months. Kinsey said she wants her parents' love. Her parents been together for a while, and she wants that. And Naya said she wants reciprocal energy, which I understand. If I give you this energy, I'll just expect that back. No, she never revealed who her dad was. She said her dad is an NBA player or used to play in the NBA, but she never revealed who he was. And but both Naya and Kinsey both mentioned that they could be delusional at times. Here's why they try to create this delusional pact, which failed miserably. um, so Melody came second to arrive. She came next. Melody is 24. She lives in Philly, but she's from Philly, but she lives in LA. And she is Dominicana. and whatnot. She said she don't use the term girls girl. Any woman that's who respect other women should not have to use the term I'm a girl's girl. She said she's a manager in a bikini store, and she said she always usually pick the ones that never want a future. So that, you need to stop picking the ones who don't want a future. So it's like if you always pick the guys that those don't want a future, then maybe that's you picking the people and you are the common denominator. So maybe you gotta start picking people who have the mindset and vision of more for themselves. When you ask these questions, what you want more feel like, what's your 5 year plan goal? That's like that. And they don't have nothing, they say, just go with the flow. It's like that. And moving on. Like, and she wants an active relationship. Next to arrive, third people to arrive was Beatrice and Trinity, or you can say Bea. So Beatrice or Bea. Bea is 25, Trinity is 22. Trinity says she want no ugly man next to her. Like, he needs to have main character energy. Well, I said Trinity, you should be the main character energy, but I understand what you're saying. You want a man to be like just as much as you important, but you don't want him to be too more important to you because some of these guys act like they better prize than the females, but it is what it is. Bea says she's California. Trinity said she loves love. I forgot what she said she's from. Trinity quit her job at a hardware store because she said she got people ask her questions that she don't even have no idea. I said, girl, I don't even know what the power drill is. That's what she said. She didn't say that, but I just make an example. That after the power drill, go somewhere else. I'm like, yes, it's there, here. I don't got time for that. I quit this job. I'm good. She said she a freak. Trinity said she a freak when it comes to the right individual. I know, like, I'll be a freak until the day, until the dawn, until the boom, boom. I know that's right. She said she want that butterfly feeling in her stomach when it comes to a guy. You have butterflies. So Bea said she like tall, dark, and handsome, and she loves a mouth mullet so she could sit on it. She said she had a birth defect. I don't even know the name of the birth defect, so I'm not gonna botch the name. But she said she had a bone defect that her bones and stuff was to fit develop in her leg, so she had to get amputated when she was like 10 months old. And then she's competitive. She's a paraplegic. Hope I said the right name. Right. Competitive track and field player. She's a medalist, a bronze medalist, a gold medalist, something like that. She's good, great. She has a strong personality, right? So that's all the ladies. So Ariana, y'all know every time people watch the show with me, I always like, yes, Ariana B, girl, do it, because she always dressed down when she comes to visit these ladies, and she's beautiful. So she comes, she chat with the ladies, they ask her. So Melanie said she had been in love. She wanted to play wife. She said she had been in love before, and she played wife before, and she's a very affectionate person. So then Trinity said she want to find her husband. She falls fast, but don't play with her. Period. Then Kenzie said she said she has been single for a year and a half, and she announced a roster girl, and she usually date one guy at a time. Right? Anaya said, listen, I date a lot. I'm not settling for anyone, and I have a roster. She said every girl should have a roster to see what the different dabble and they. And people saw that. So when she said that, people face like, oh. I said, girl, y'all didn't stop that. That's the problem now. Y'all should have the roster. Do what the men do. Now I'm not saying go around and sleep with a lot of men, but you can have a roster without sleeping with them. Have a roster if you can handle it. Because some people can't handle it. Because I don't know if I can handle juggle 3 or 4 people talking at the same time. No. So have a roster until the right one come along. Because best believe the men have a roster. You ain't the only one they talking to. Most of them, you're not the only one they talking to. So keep that in mind. That Beatrice, she a Paralympic. She amputated at 10 months, and she had dealt with insecure men. All right. So after the ladies there, they had their little talk with Ariana. Now the guys come. So the fourth to arrive in the villa, which is the guys, was Sincere and Bryce. Bryce is 29. He live in California. He a DJ. He a model. He work with his hands. He good. He fixes sanitation trucks, and he also do a lot of things with hands. So not only that he can model, he can get his hands handy. Cause a lot of women like a lot of women like a guy who can be able to fix things around the house, stuff like that, or good with their hands. Cause I ain't doing it. I could, if I put my mind to it, I can fix things when I can. Cause I have to do some things here sometimes on my own. But even though I would love to pay somebody to do it for me, but when the time comes, I have to do it for myself. You got to do it for yourself. All right. So there's not wrong with that, but he was a little feel insecure about that. But we'll get that in a minute. Marlon, he's sensitive. He's an emotional type of person, and he a lover's boy, right? And I can tell. I don't think Bryce is like so far. He don't seem like he's a douchebag on this show. He does seem like he's very um, sensitive person. He loves. He wants to be with a woman that wants him. And yes, compared to other guys in the villa, he's not the most attractive, but he's not ugly compared to other ones. He's not an ugly dude. And he's photogenic well. When you see his pictures on his Instagram, he he models, no pictures comes out great. So he know his bone structure. He know how to work the camera, right? So Sincere, he's 25. He a New Jersey guy. He also does track and field. I think he said he a track and field coach. He said he raised by his grandmother and his mother. He's a bookworm. So don't let this cute face fool you. I'm also knowledgeable. And he's a ladies' man. He has been single for a while now, and that's what it is. So fifth to arrive is Zach. Zach is a brother of Charlie. He's from England. His brother is 2 years older than him. So Zach is 26. So his brother is 28. It's crazy because Zach has the baby face. His features, he's baby face. Charlie looked more mature in his grown face, but they both is cute. He said he had a 4-year relationship with a woman and faded out. He has a cat, and he said the woman he had to deal with gotta also love being a cat person. He said he loves an alpha woman. I said, oh, be careful what you say, because when you get an alpha woman, then you maybe can handle it. Then you don't even want an alpha woman. You want an alpha woman with stipulations, right? And then he said, use him. Now, he didn't say it in the episode, but he said in the intro when we saw on Instagram that he's a pillow prince. So that means if you get one who wants, get out of the bed, drop them drawers. Woo! And he likes that. He likes that. I said, that's right. But I said, don't be lazy, man. Because when I need you to make my back out, I need you to do it. Just get your ass up and do what you got to do. Child, I ain't gonna let you. But he does like someone who likes control. So that's what I so. If he does that, keep it hard and not do what I have to do. But since he's been single for 3 years. So 6 to alive with the last set of guys is Casey and Sean. Casey, he was I don't remember what age it is. I like his age now, but whatever. He's there. He's in his 20s. Casey, he's a nurse assistant. He worked in the old home, first home. So, he changed the diapers. He do the bath. He do all that stuff. I said, that's caring. That's love. I like that. And he loves his freedom. But he was settled down for the right one. That's what it is. Sean, he said he currently in Pennsylvania, but he been all over the place. He's a police officer. He's 29. They call him Officer Sexy Pants because they could not remember his name, right? And he loves curves and he loves the booty. He's very nice and thoughtful. He was in a 10-year relationship, which I want to try to understand what happens in that 10-year relationship. All right. But he said he was a 10-year relationship. They I guess they fall apart. I guess they started dating when they was like in high school, something like that, or college. And then he was in a dating app. He met some woman. The woman got pregnant, and he moved down to be close to his child. And I guess I think he said the woman left, right? And now he loves his son. He lives there. He mentioned this on the first night. The first night they met them, That everybody know that he has a child. He did not hide it. He didn't wait for you to get comfortable with him to mislead you or all that stuff like that, and then you drop the bomb like Hunter did last season. And so because so they all love that. They said, "Oh," but let's see if someone willing to. And I think he's willing to settle down. Somebody could be a stepmom, whatever it is for a child. But I say you can't have somebody be that. So we'll see. All right. So they did a couple up challenge, and couple up, and usually the first night everybody start kissing each other because it's a challenge. Usually they do kissing a lot in challenges, right? So it's a challenge. So then a couple up and compatibility questions, and and whatever if you go, the door's gonna have the answers, and you stand behind the answer of the choice that you gravitated to, and then you open the door. Whoever match on the side, you gotta kiss whoever's on the other side, and the girls on one side, the boys on the other side, right? And that. So the first question was, "What's your favorite sexual position?" And it had three choices: missionary, doggy style, and cowgirl. So missionary was Anaya, Casey, and Sincere. That's the category I would go for. If I was on island, I would have went for missionary. Hey, listen. Like they say, you enter the eyes. Whatever. Missionary, Anaya, Casey, Sincere. Right? The doggy was Bryce, Sean, Bea, and Trinity. And then category was Zach, Melody, and Kinsey. So that was that. Second question. What type of person are you? Are you a dog person, or you're a cat person, or you're a plant person? Right? If I were to choose, I don't want to raise no animals like that. But I have to choose, I would say I would like a puppy. So I would say I would be a dog person, right? So a dog person was Sean, Sincere, Melody, Bea, Kinsey, and Anaya. Right? The cat person was Trinity, Bryce, and Zach. And plant was only Casey. Casey was the only person who was behind plant, so he had nobody to kiss. And I like his honesty because not everybody is an animal person. So I don't fault him for picking what he picked. He didn't really lie. He thought it would get him an edge because he's a plant person. He know women likes plants and flowers, but not this cast. They're a dog and cat. Right. So then they had to check partner's phone. Was never okay to check your partner's phone, was sometimes okay to check your partner's phone, or always okay to check your partner's phone. Me, I don't believe in checking my partner's phone. I should trust you enough to not do anything stupid, I guess. If I find out you do something stupid on me, I'm just going to leave. I'm not going to be doing all these phones, invest the gadget and everything. Now, if you want to check your phone and you open for me to check your phone, that's all that's to you. But I'm not gonna be going to, oh, baby, can I check your phone to see what you're doing? And I'm gonna see if you talking to anybody. I mean, do all that. So, Naya said, oh, people who put never was Anaya, Sean, and Bea. And sometimes was Bryce, Casey, Zach, Melody, Kinsey, and Kennedy. Sincere said always. Now, he clarified later on, but at that moment, he said always check your partner phone. I said, oh. Not the ladies' man want to check everybody's phone. What's what? What are you trying to look for? What are you looking for? So the last question was just a trick question. It's not a trick question because it's a trap question to get everybody to pick the one answer they want to pick. But they said find love, and he said you not here to find love. You sometimes here to find love, or everybody here to find always to find love. Everybody pick always. Hell yeah, it's a kiss and free. I must say, that Sean, I can tell he a good kisser because that guy, ooh. They about to kiss for me and a lot of y'all. I cooked myself. Y'all ain't get it. Y'all ain't get that. If y'all did, y'all want to laugh. Because that dude was kissing down. He got me hot and bothered with the kiss. I was like, oh, shit. Sean, calm your ass down. That's when you got that kid. That's when you got that kid now. And he also said something when he said doggy, he like to hit from the back, he like to pull from the head, and then he like to spit. I said, oh, now you too nasty. I like to be your freaking dicky, but you too nasty for me. I don't know what that spit is. All right, you cute and all, but get the fuck off me. You ain't kissing me. All right, so they had to make decisions. So again, they had the doors again. Doors, the guys' names on the door, and the female had to pick what guy they are most compatible with. It could be just based on looks. It could be based on the questions or anything else you might find the criteria that the person is. So from there, that's when you form the couple. Your first couple will be the person you pick, right? So Bryce, he only had Trinity. Trinity was the only person behind his door. So they're coupled down. And it was crazy that people were thinking that Trinity should be picking somebody else. They thought they was not suspecting that Trinity was going to pick Bryce. People was like, oh, Trinity might want to have the next Nicolatria scenario. I said, we don't know that. We don't know that. She probably picked them because she liked the kids. She might pick them because they had a lot of things in common and whatnot. You know, give it a little swirl. Sean and Bea is the second couple. And they had a lot of common because every instant they was mashed together. And on top of that, they kiss. Like, 3, KC, nobody was behind his door. So he was single for now. I said, oh my gosh, Casey. And he was a cute dude. Cute little nice little chocolate dude. He brown skin, but doesn't matter. He's still the dog, like dog was one of the cast. But he's still cute. Nobody was behind his door, so he felt some way about that. He said, damn, everybody was like, ooh. And I was like, ooh, see that? I was bad for him. But he took that, he had to take for the chair, whatever. Sincere, it was between Anaya or and Melody. Sincere picked Melody. So Sincere and Melody, it became a couple. And they both were saying they look familiar, they familiar, because like they both Latinos like that, so they're familiar. I said, oh, you better make sure y'all don't think a third, fourth, fifth remove cousins or something like that. And y'all families really know each other like that. You know, sometimes they maybe look like. And then Zach had Kizzy. But you know, the interesting thing was Kizzy picking Zach. Zach is not into Kizzy. You could tell when he saw the door open and he saw Kizzy, he was not happy. So I don't know why she didn't pick up on his energy, but he didn't look that shy. He said, "Oh, hey, yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, yes, I'm excited. Yeah." Even though he was not excited, he was not. So now he'll be single for now. So because Casey and Naya is single, they are both as a couple. So they're the fifth and final couple. So then we start on the chats. Because, during the Love Island Villa, they do a little chats and get to know each other. It's like that. So Naya and KC, that's why you picked the plant. He said he's not an animal person, so he picked plant. And she said she respected that and everything. And she said her dad was an NBA. But she didn't want to answer no question about what dad plays, who his dad is, like that. She said, me, and you know all that. So I guess she's talking more so he could start avoiding asking that question. Right? So that's that. So Melody Sincere, they talk about being an Eagles fan, and they had a little common joke about it. I don't watch sports, so I don't know what's the joke. What's that joke about? So say he looks familiar. I said, oh, you keep saying that. You better ask your family soon. They said they have a lot of common and they have good humor. And they said, what do you want for breakfast? Because the guys make breakfast while the girls go upstairs and make the makeup for the day. The guys make the breakfast, which is a cute thing. Because usually he's like, break the rules. Because it's like usually a woman cooks for the man. I said, no, y'all don't want cooking. You can't cook it out, you make it somebody who's known to cook. Like that. Make the breakfast. So they make the breakfast, they go upstairs, they give the ladies the breakfast, so they can eat while they eat their own food. Right? Zach and Kizzy. Zach said he used to do physiotherapy work, but I don't think he's doing that now. But he said he used to do it, and he said he travels in Australia. Australia. Um, Kizzy don't know. Kizzy don't know if Zach is really feeling her like that. No, if he is feeling her. I think Kizzy don't feel if she is feeling him, or he is feeling her like that. But she loves his accent. She's like, oh my god, I'm picking because of the accent. All right. But he did tell her he never dated a blonde before. So we'll see how that goes. He never dated a blonde before, and that kind of stung Kizzy a little bit. Right? And he usually like goes for dark features. So Trinity and Blythe, they modeled in and whatnot. He also fixed garbage trucks, but he felt insecure about that because he didn't want to say that because she said what? And she said, "Oh my God, that's so nice. It's fine. Don't be ashamed of that." Because I like a man who like working with hands and stuff like that. That's good. You know how to fix things. So it make him feel better. It make him feel good. But it's an 7 years age gap between those two. So he's thinking about it more than she is. But she know it's an age gap, but he think about it more. That he said he don't want to steal her youth. He want to do this and whatnot. I said, do you think he's still her youth? I mean, you're not that far apart, but I understand. You close to 30. You close to another prime stage of your life, and she's in her early stage, her 20s, to explore, to have fun, and do things, and not be settled down too quickly. And the age gap could make a difference, right? So Bayer Shaw said he been a cop for 6 years, and he loves country music. Bayer said, I'd rather get another figure of disability than this is the country music. I said, I know that's right, girl. So they had a little kiki and laugh about that, whatever. So the boy makes the breakfast. They had a night one. They had a night in the couples. Some of them cut it up real quickly. Some of them was in the distance. I think Kizzy put a pillow between her and Zach. So I said, girl, so what all that feelings for if y'all wasn't cutting it like that? He said he didn't interview like that. He like dark features. He like into blondes, or he never really dated blondes before because you're not his type. Like at the end of the day, yes, he didn't specifically say, oh, I'm not feeling this connection with you, it's like that. But he did tell you so many words, and you even saw the confessionals that he did make you. He didn't really show any interest like that. So good. I don't know what's all that extra energy for, but we get to that in a minute. Anaya and KC. Anaya said she big on fairy tales. Give me that fairy tale a little ending. I like that fairy tale stuff. I said, y'all need to stop with that fairy tale stuff. Get over that fairy tale business because it's a reality. It's a real life. Real life don't imitate fairy tale. The reason why they have fairy tale to escape from reality. So you need to stop escaping from reality and deal with the reality because that reality is not fairy tale, right, y'all? I know we love to have the Cinderella moment or the Prince Charming. You want to sleep for 50 years or whatever years you want to get one of the kids that wake your ass up. I said, get your ass up, girl. I think you need a kiss for. You know, that's not nice. The business say, why are you? No, I'm not upset with a fairy tales. I love fairy tales just as the next person, but you gotta live in the reality, y'all. But she wanted to be courted, and you know, he was saying like a lot of young generation on the court and everything. And he said, "What's your definition of chivalry, guy?" Now I don't think he said that because he don't understand how to be chivalrous. I think she wants to know what's her definition is, whatever. But he's very into her. Now we don't know if she into him like that, but we can tell that Casey really into Naya. To the point that he just loves to be affectionate with her. He want to be kissing on her, down on hugging on her stuff. And I don't think Naya said, "Go, boy, calm down," like But I don't know. I don't think she liked it because we find out later on. Cecilia and Melody, they really like each other. They really into each other. They look like they was all locked in. I said, calm down. When y'all start getting all locked in so quickly, then the feelings start coming up and y'all start acting irrational. All right? So he said, he explained his always question. Camille was like, what? Tell me about this always. He said, It's not like he said he want to be checking. He want to have access to your passwords, anything. He don't want to have that. He said that's too much. But he said, listen, if you're part of the phone, you should have access if he needs to be, but not like he going to check it. So you want to have access if it's not to hide, but not to check if you anything is to look for anything. But he said not the important thing. He needs to have your passport. You got to have his passport because that's not all that. And then he said he has a roster. He had a roster, but he said he don't do that anymore. He don't have a roster anymore. But he makes her shine because it's like, ooh, they like. Don't get me wrong, Sincere is fine down, especially when he had his hair down. I said, ooh. Stop, y'all. But so he's fine now. He's fine, y'all. Zach and Bryce. Ooh. Oh yeah, Zach and Bryce talk. Cause you know, it's sometimes like I said in this show, as you find in love, you also build friendship. Zach and Bryce really connected really well. So I think they got this little bromance going on. Now they're trying to date each other, but they got a little romance going on. So he talked to Zach and he said he don't Bryce don't want to steal Trinity you because you know he's older than her and whatnot. And he think about this more and he said she feels about this. I said, well, you might be thinking about it more than she is, but he said Bryce said he thinks that Trinity is bothered by the age gap. But I said I don't know if she's that bothered by it. But however, it is a different age gap. It's apparent. However, I don't think she's that bothered by it. That as you is projected, that you are more bothered by it than her. Let's see the connection, cultivate the connection, and see how that goes. All right. So Trinity and Bea talk. She said Bryce is cool, but she's not a big kisser. She's not big on kissing. But she a big text person, so she don't like all that saliva and kissing and all that stuff. She like that. Keep in mind, she said that, right? And but she said he's cool. No, so Bea said Sean is cool, but I usually don't date guys, or I don't date guys who have a kid. Now she never told him that up to this day yet. She had never told him that she does not want to date him because she told the ladies like, listen, that's a big red flag. Not a big red flag, but she said that's a deal breaker for her if a guy have a kid because she don't want to date with someone who has a child. But the problem is my issue with you, Beatrice, and a lot of people point out, he told all of y'all and Ariana he has a child. Right off the bat. He's not ashamed of it. He's happy to be a dad. Even if it was for somebody for a dating app. Judge his choices, doesn't matter, whatever. It's the child's here now, he can't go back. Even if it was from a dating app, he has a child, He is not ashamed of it. He loves to be a dad. You knowing that, you still picked her. So go, you could pick somebody else. You could pick somebody else. So that's that. Kizzy and Melody. He said his type is dark features. And she said, "Give it." She goes, somebody was telling her, "Give it time, girl," something like that. And I was saying, "Oh, remember, the girls got together and they say, listen, y'all, we're gonna make this. We're gonna make this pact that we're not gonna be delusion here. So we're gonna say we're gonna make the pact. If anybody gonna be delusion, we're gonna call each other out and whatnot." So they said, "Oh, picky promise, picky swear, and everything." I said, "Okay." Don't get upset when somebody calls you out on your delusions. However, that delusion pack went out the window because with Kinsey up here acting like she, no, know what? Let's talk about what we can talk about Kinsey when she started getting crying. Like Camilla was like, "Oh, it's okay. It could be around. He likes you, girl," and all that stuff like that. I said, "Kinsey, no, Melanie, girl, what you doing? Tell that girl that he is made it really known that he's not into you like that." But whatever. But they said she will give it time. See what's up with that because he did tell her he's not really you not his type, and his type is dark features usually. So Ariana came through. I said, "Hey, Ari, go on." Yes, Ari. So Ari came through, looking fine as ever, and she said, "Decision night." What is? We got the doors again. So the doors here, and girls on one side and boys on one side. They have a green dot and a red dot. If you want to stay in your current connection and you don't want to explore anyone else for now, then you stay on green. But if you feel like you want to explore your connection and see other people, you go on red. Right? So there's decisions here. Beatrice and Sean. It was no surprise that Beatrice was going to pick red. So Beatrice picked red, Sean picked green. Because according to Sean, him and Beatrice had a good connection and whatever, and he didn't see anything that would make her pick red. Now, mind you, we don't know, he doesn't know that Beatrice said that she doesn't really date or she don't want to deal with someone who has a child. He doesn't know that. So he's going by what they had talked about and thinking that was good. And he didn't want to go explore anybody for now. So he picked green, she picked red. Kinsey picked green, and Zach picked red. Which I don't understand why she was surprised of his decision. And I don't know why she stayed on green, knowing that he told you not his type and he like dark features. And so I don't understand why you stayed and then you telling us that he didn't give you anything and you should have followed your gut because he wasn't giving that much thing that he was really into you. So why would you put yourself in green? It didn't make any sense, Kinsey. You set yourself up for failure for that. So both Trinity and Bryce picked red, which I don't think it was a big thing because she wanted to explore. He would explore because he felt like he could explore. It is what it is. And Nia and Casey, they both picked green, which I was like, I didn't know she was feeling him like that. Because throughout the scenes, like, Casey felt like he would be too forceful and pushy to have affection with her. Kiss her when in the booth, like, they in the booth and she in the sitting lap and trying to get a picture. He's like, get a kiss. And then the breakfast time, he's posing himself with the kids. And it's like he kept posing himself. It seemed like he was being too thirsty. I said, calm down, man. You act like you never have played before. I was starting feeling that. I said, why are you being too pushy? But it seemed like she's okay with that. I don't think she had any issue with that because she didn't put it out. It was me to feel like that he was being too pushy for it. But I didn't think she was into him like that, but it seemed like she was. So she didn't want to spoil anything. She liked Casey, Casey liked her, so this one is. And both Melanie and Cecilia picked green. It was no surprise there. So they said, okay, before we open the door, 2 bombshells came in. We had Gabriel, who was supposed to be our original OG. If VASANA did not leave, Gabriel would have been as an OG at the beginning of opening people. But they put him as a bombshell. It's a good choice. He could let the guy. Him and Kata. 2 bombshells. So anyone's on green, they have to stay. They cannot explore. Nobody can go to you right now. You're off limits. You're off the market right now. But anybody on red, you get to explore new connections, and that's what it goes. So the bombshells came in. Kata is 22. She's in New Hampshire. She's a play mode. She will step on toes. Bombshell supposed to step on toes. That's what they go on. To take somebody's man. I take your man. Like that. So that's that. And then Gabriel, he Brazilian. I said, oh, that he from Brazil. Yes. He Brazil. He said he's a bad boy. He go after what he want, and he's a good kisser. And he's 26. Right? So Gabriel and Kata both will kiss the people who's on red dots. So Gabriel would kiss Trinity and Bea. Now Trinity, remember said she's not into like kissing or stuff like that, but she was kissing Gabriel down. kissing him down. And then that Gabriel Bayer was lost in the kiss, child. And Kata kissed Zach and Bryce. So Gabriel whisked Bayer and Trinity away to be in this like another separate part of the villa for 24 hours at this paradise. I wrote the name down. So when I get the name, Paradise Cove, at Paradise Cove, and Kata whips Zach and Bryce away in the same little Paradise Cove for 24 hours. So everybody was like, "What the hell?" Because what happened? They was hearing kissing, but they don't know what was going on. That the girls know what's happening on their side, and the guys know what happened on their side, but the person on the opposite side don't even know what was going on and what's transpired. And they was all shocked when they left with the people. They was like, "Ooh, what's going on?" So then we continue on from episode 1. That was episode 1. Episode 2, Melanie Cecilia was still a couple. Anaya and Casey was still a couple. Trinity and Bryce is not there, so they're gone. Then Kizzy was left alone. Zach's not there. And Sean was left alone. And Bear's not there. Now, Sean was like, whoa, I just felt like, now he did twist it what he thought the green dot was. Oh, we're not going to explore anymore. It's going to be cut off. We're going to be together, something like that. And whatnot. I said, no, meaning that exploring more options doesn't mean that the connection was closed off. Because he think that she picked Red, he closed off the connection with her. And he didn't want to explore her. And no, she didn't want to explore him anymore. And I said, no, that's not what it was, Sean. It means that she wanted to explore more connection because y'all just started there and stuff like that. However, we can say what it is. It seemed like she did end that connection with him. Because she know it's a deal breaker dealing with a guy with a child. She's not going to try to do forward with that. So at the end of the day, I don't think she would change her mind. And she told this lady numerous times. So when he talking to everybody, nobody really going to tell him that. I think they want to lay Bayer to tell him that. But I would say Beatrice, like, listen, so he's not far-fetched or far off of what he's thinking. However, based on the conversation, he didn't think that she would pick Red. But whatever. So everybody in the villa, so they will be back the next day, and the bombshell will pick the guy and the girl they want to be with. Right? So Kinsey is pissed. I said, girl, I don't know why, but here we go. She's kissed. So she feel like she always picking the cheater or guys that sucks. But my thing is, I don't think Zach suck. I think he told you what it is. Now, if he could have been upfront and told you that he not fitting this connection, maybe he could. But saying that he not attracted to you or he not his type, and he like dark features, it should give you energy enough. And then he not proceeding to explore this connection. It seemed like he was like, his action didn't align. His action kind of aligned with what he's saying. You're not his type. So that's alignment there. Girl, you had no thing with him. You had nothing with him. But you mad, girl. You want to be mad, girl. Be mad. So she said she feel like he should be straight up to her. It kind of make it seem like he misleaded her. Yes, he could have said, no, I'm not feeling this connection. But he told you about so many times, and you keep telling us that he's telling you that you're not his type of person he go for. So after that, you're not his type, he's not going to further get a connection with you, girl. You should know that. So it should be straight up with her. He's misleading her. Sean didn't see it's coming. But Kinsey, you saw this coming. You know he was going to pick Red. And you said to yourself, maybe later you shot yourself in the foot. You should have picked Red too. But my thing is, I don't think her issue was that because he wasn't straight up. I think, don't, hey y'all, don't come at me. I feel like because she's a blonde OG, and usually how people go to the show, they go after the blondes. She felt like because she was the only blonde female, she was going to get everybody on her. And she usually have men that wants her and don't usually tell her no. So she finally got a guy that she more interested in. He told her, "No, you're not my type," and she couldn't take that. That's how I feel. How dare you, as a blonde girl in this villa, and everybody loves blondes, you don't want to be with me. Now she didn't express that or that, but I feel like that's what it is because he gave you so many signs, girl, and you up here act like he misleading you. But whatever. Y'all let me know your thoughts. So Kata, we find out more about Kata. Kata said she was a mix of Haitian, German, a little bit Irish. She said she's a server at her where she's at, and she used to be a model, right? And she said she wants a family. She family oriented and emotional intelligent. Okay, and she got clock T. We'll get to that in a minute. When we talk about the episode 4, and that could be the next review, we're going to see that. I said, I like myself, Kata. Kata's a bombshell that she respectful. The ladies came in, they like her like that or whatnot. You know, usually when bombshells come in and the OGs are going to act like had this pack and kind of like shun on the figure OGs. I said, no, don't do that. I hate that mean good stuff. I don't like none of that. None of that. Give her a chance until they prove to you that they're not someone who you rock with. Then you can start behaving in a different way. But whatever. Yeah, he was doing it right. I was thinking Zach was doing the most by telling her every second how he isn't into her. But I guess he wasn't doing enough. Exactly. I was like, if I'm watching the one, I like he was telling you numerous of times that he's not into you. And yes, maybe it was excessive, but according to her, he wasn't straight up. I said, girl, nah. He was telling you that he was not into you like that. So I felt like you felt that because you were this and beautiful woman. She's not that bad looking, but I feel like she thought that because she was a blonde girl and the only one. Because they usually have multiple blondes, or they usually have like a two. They usually have a formula: two dark skin, a blonde, exotic looking one, a Spanish looking one, and whatnot. So they have the usual formula. But this time they gave us more diverse this season. They definitely did more diversity this season, and it was great. Give people options to choose from. It's not one type is a standard of beauty, right? So Gabriel is Portuguese. He speaks Portuguese, and he's Brazilian, but he lives in Miami. Miami. He's a model and a DJ. I said, oh, 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 oh. Not you Brazilian. You're a model. You live in Miami and a DJ. Oh, he's trouble, y'all. He is trouble, y'all. He is trouble. He is not somebody you can be settled down with. He a fun time guy. He showed a lot of affection. I said, no, that's right, because when he be kissing, he be giving you kisses. But his English is not that great. He speak well when you speak to him in Portuguese, Spanish, but Portuguese. But in English, he's like kind of broken up. So he learned English when he came here. He said he'd been came to U.S. States like 3 years ago, and he had learned English from people. So he said people would try to talk to him in Spanish or Portuguese. He would tell them no. Try to talk to me in English. I can learn. So he learned, but it's not that great. So I think a part of it's like he get more of his he showed more of his actions through his actions more than his words. But through his actions, he is flirtatious. You can tell he's flirty. And because he's a good looking guy and Brazilian and stuff like that, they are liberal people. They're very affectionate. They kiss down. They have fun and whatever. And in Miami, oh yes. And a DJ, oh I know he will have a lot of people on it. So Melanie is sincere. So Melanie said she had trust issues. She said she had trust issues. And she was asking, really kind of got a grilling to see what Kata looked like. And how she come across, she was like, what does she look like? What it is? Describe what it look. Describe her. It's like, and she kind of favors you. And I don't think he was kind of comparing her and trying to make them compete with each other. He wasn't doing so. He was trying to make it clear and let her visualize what kind of may look like. And she does resembles Melody. She does. Not in looks department, but like the complexion and the height and all that stuff, they're kind of similar. So he had described like that, and then he described more a little bit about her. But still, how she was acting, it was like, girl, calm down. But she's had trust issues, so that's that. So Nia and Casey, they happen to pick each other, and she feel heard by she feel heard and seen by him. That's why she picked him. I said, oh, okay, because I obviously we didn't really see much conversation because like production didn't even show much conversation because most of the time y'all been kissing down. So I don't know what's going on. Bryce said he's a physical person, and Trinity was not. So that's why it was important reason why he stepped on Red. So during the whole night, it was so funny. It was so embarrassing for Bryce. I was like, oh, Bryce, you need to get a hug. Because they had this big bed, and all three was sleeping in the bed. So that's what they were sleeping at, or something like that. So, you know, when they went to sleep, Gabriel was in the, I think Gabriel was on one side, and the girls was on the other side, slept on one side. And I think when they came to Kata and Zach, I think Kata was really feeling Zach. Kata was feeling Zach. She was kissing him down. She was cuddling with him in the nighttime before bed. So Bryce felt like that. Bryce said, don't leave me out of it. She said, no, not tonight. No, I'm not giving you anything tonight. And so and he felt like that. So when in the nighttime, Kayla and Zach was cuddling up while Bryce was all alone by himself in the corner. I said, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I said, oh Bryce. But at the time, Gabriel and Trinity, Gabriel was kissed Bea a couple of times. Trinity was like standing right there, and then they one at a time he talked to them, all that stuff. So Zach and Bryce. So Zach told Bryce he had no connection feelings with Kinsey. He had no mental feelings with her. So he had no regret in his decision. Trinity and Bea felt like he is open. Hopefully he likes her. Why would he? I might be writing so fast. I hope hope he likes her. That's what I'm about to say. But she said she's still open. Or Trinity said. Oh yeah, I think Trinity said that. Trinity said she's open and she hoping that she still likes wife or whatever that will come to the thing, whatever else like that. But Bayer said she felt type of way. She needs to have a conversation to Sean, but it depends how he approach her. Because if you come at me all warm, we're gonna have a I said calm down, girl. Even if he have upset, he has the right to be upset, right? But I don't think that should be too upset. But she have to have a conversation from him, but she don't regret her decision. I said you should. Right? So Kata is that affectionate person. He loves her confidence. And he has a sister and a brother. So we know about Charlie, but you also know he has a sister. And she loves traveling. She want to go Croatia, and or he wants to go Croatia or something like that. And she wants an open-minded person. Yeah, he said he's not closed off. He already open-minded. I said, oh, that's cute, y'all. That's cute. Y'all making waves. So, Melanie and Naya, I think Sean, Melanie, and Naya were talking, I think. And they were telling him that I don't think Bayer is fully blocking him off completely. Because he was bummed up about it. He wanted to get their perspective. Now they know what she said, but they didn't tell him that. But she said, no, I think she's open. She just wants to explore this part of the day, and that she's not fully closed off of you completely. However, y'all have a conversation. So she said, if it wasn't for if you had type who would you have picked, and he said Anaya and Trinity is his top two. So when he heard that, when Anaya heard that, she piped up. She's like, "Oh my gosh!" And she was saying yes. She felt like Sean was her top as well. So I said, "Y'all need to get to exploring then. Start exploring." Hello. So Gabriel and Bea. Now Gabriel, he's full of contradictions. Because remember, he said he was a bad boy. He's a good kisser. Let me stop because I'm getting off the frame of cell phone people. He a bad boy. He a lover boy, and whatnot to Bea. That's what he said. He has been in a 5-year relationship with someone, but I don't think he really get into why they broke up. So Bea said she likes his confidence. She said she has a big heart, and she usually put people at arm's length, but she's very comfortable with Gabriel. I said, "How are you comfortable with him so far?" I mean, because he's attractive. That's what it is. So Casey and Sean, they talk. Sean said he wants to hear her, but he will let her hear her out and everything. He said, give her a chance, let her talk about it, and you see how it goes. Trinity and Gabriel. So when Gabriel talked to Trinity, then he said 3 years ago he moved to the States, he learned English, and he said he's a go with the flow type of dude. And when she asked about how you think about settling down, having kids, and all that stuff, he's like, oh. You can tell his face expression. He was like, settle down. What she mean settle down? I don't even know the definition of that word. Settle down. Settle down who? What? Where? Where? Why? How? Settle down who? He said no. He's not thinking about settling down anytime soon. And he's a go with the flow type of dude. But yeah, he told Bea he's a lover boy. But then he told us before he's a bad boy. So I said, well, what is you? Like, you're contradictory. And he also speak of contradiction when he talk about Kinsey. We talk about that last one. We talk about that episode. So Bea and Bryce and Kata. So he said he looks for loyalty. He got cheated on in the past. He usually date brunettes and like that. Usually dark features. She said she like darker features. Personality is her type and everything. So when she said she like darker features, that's like, oh, Bryce, you got no choice. You got no. You is not in a game with her, girl, boy, and that's that. And they had a little thing and they kids or whatnot. Oh no, that's later on. So Kinsey and Sean, they had their little conversation, and Kinsey said she had 3 boyfriends before. She got 3 boyfriends, and Sean did explain to us about the how the came to be. He said he was 10 relationship, and it was on and off for 9 years. It was high school sweethearts, and all that stuff like that. That's how that happens. And then he said he would make her breakfast. She's happy that he would make her breakfast. He don't want to make her feel left out. So I said, you can do all that. But I said, when did that turn into y'all kissing and getting involved with each other and all that stuff? I said, when did that happen? You doing that because you don't want her to feel left out, or you doing that because you really into her? Like, I don't understand what's going on. So you can make her breakfast, but where's all this kissing coming from? So they had to gather in the fire pit immediately. Immediately. After the date, since the next day, they had to gather in the fire pit immediately. So they came in, they said, they got the text first. Their first text of the season. I got a text! Like, so Gabriel, Trinity, and Beatrice came. So, the girls could see who the new bombshell is. And they said, ooh, he's cute. And then Kata, Bryce, and Zach came. And they saw who Kata is. Right? They all returned. And they had to say Gabriel and Kata had to pick someone that want to couple up with, but they had to do that with a kiss. So we already know Gabriel was going to pick Beatrice because doing the connection, he was more into. It seemed like he was more into Beatrice and kissing her more, and they had a lot of more kisses, and their kisses was like long, right? So when he kissing Beatrice, everybody sitting there is like, Boom, boom. They were kissing for a long ass time. I said, damn, can y'all stop and get some air? So after that long ass kiss, they sat down next to Sean, and Sean dapped him up. He said, "What's up? I'm Sean." He's like, "Gabriel, nice to meet you. Like your dog, whatever." So then Kata, we already know Kata gonna pick Zach because she don't really care for Bryce. She shunned Bryce in that freaking bed, so we already know she picking Zach. And Zach is her type. So she picked Zach. They kiss, and they didn't kiss as long as Gabriel and freaking Beatrice did. So Trinity and Bryce, since y'all didn't get coupled up with the little bombshells, y'all back together as a couple. I said, "Oh snap! You my dog, girl. We fight." Like, so Kenzie's trying to stand up, and it was so funny. The production was being messy. They had Zach read to Kenzie that she's single and vulnerable, and she said, "Thank you," and he said, "You're welcome." I said, "Oh!" She was trying to be petty, and he took it right back. "You welcome, girl. You welcome." Exactly. Exactly. Because Sean, you could tell Sean was feeling some way, but he had to play it cool. Because I was like, damn, girl. And then she would say, "Oh, I want to have my cake and eat it too. Maybe I want to explore our connection even more." I know my I said, "Girl, stop playing." No, you won't. Because you barely even talk to Sean even after that talk. We'll talk about that in a minute. So, and then they had Beatrice read that Sean that's single and vulnerable. So that was that. I said, "Oh, production, y'all messy. Y'all messy boots." And episode 3, Kizzy said she is over with Zach. "Get the fuck out of my face. F you, motherfucker. I don't want to see you anymore. Don't even try to talk to me. I ain't playing with you. I'm here. I'm Kizzy. I'm the blonde. I'm this. I'm that. I'm the bomb. How dare you don't want to deal with me? I don't want to talk to you anymore. You are done with me. Bye. Sayonara. Adios." I said, "Calm down." She said all that, but I'm dramatizing. But, and hit how many co-stars. I said, "What happened to delusional Pat?" "Oh, she said, yeah, girl. Yes, you right, y'all. Mm-hmm. Yes, co-sign it. I said, "Girl, I better leave. You making your friend is being delusional." I said, "If I was I said, girl, come on now. I understand you're upset. You feel rejected. However, you been knew he was not into you like that. So you set yourself up by staying on green and getting yourself in the feelings. You should have picked on red, and you could have probably had a chance. So, girl, I support you, girl. But don't sit here and be pissed off and mad because you was just only for him for 24 hours. And during that whole 24 hours you messed with you, he told you numerous of times that you're not his type and he not into you." So, girl, what you did get? That's where you would have kept Kenzie accountable and not go on her delusions. But she was going on delusion to act like she was done wrong. I said, "Girl, bye." Kenzie and Naya, right? Ooh. So, Kenzie and Naya is talking and saying some sexual attention with Gabriel. Trinity joined them. Gabriel pulled Baya for a chat. I think that's just how I think this. I think Kinsey was talking to Gabriel at the time. I think she put him in chats like that, and they was talking, and that's when she said some sexual attention with Gabriel. Because I said, "Kinsey, why Kinsey?" So I said, "Because she talked to him at the time, and she said she's some sexual attention because her her water gates were flooding down there. Talking to him. She's like, "Oh, you got me tickling." You got me tickling down here. You're submitting it. You're tickling it. You're feeling it. You know you got me moist. Moist. Love is sensible. Go ahead. You better go Janet Jackson his ass. I know that's right. So Bea and Gabriel was talking, and he said he want to see her mad. I said, don't like that. You want to see the woman mad? You get off with the woman being mad? He said, I want to see your Mexican side. I want to see you mad. I said, don't ask for that. Say he's handsome, and they kiss. I said, y'all just day kissing. I said, I don't even know what the hell y'all got a comment for more often, other than attraction. But she had to talk to Sean. I said, yes, you do. You got to talk. You got to talk. You got to. You got to. So Zach and Kata talk. He said his actual journey started right now, being with you, girl. But he did say he's homebody. I said, I know that's right. I'm a homebody too. I'm trying to chill in my house, watch my show, play my game, listen to music, read books, do my YouTube, do my Discord, and suck. But I do like to go out, though. I do like to go out. And when I go out, I like to have a good time. Now, this coming Friday, I'm going to like a little boat cruise for like only a few hours, because I will not do no week trip with no boat. Hell no. Catch that. And it's only like two hours. DJ, all that stuff like that. Cute. Like Sean and Bea, right? She said she explained herself. She said she still wants to explore the connection with him, but open to explore. He says no hard feelings, and then he explained why he felt about the green and red, and he had that all wrong. But he understands. But you can tell he feels still slighted and whatnot. But since then, they really still had no connection. So I said, girl, you did not try to explore him. I haven't seen him put from chat. I ain't seen him put you in chat anymore. It is what it is. So Anaya, Kinsey, Kata, and Melanie talked. And so Kata said, for sure, if she would see Zach outside of Villa, she would go up to him and approach him and explore him. So Zach is already her type, though. So she said, if outside of Villa, because I remember she saying outside, they probably would not cross paths. I said, no. I think somebody else said that. But I said, no, they would, because she said she would approach him and she would see him on the streets outside of Villa. So, yeah, that's her. Trinity and Bryce. And they felt like there's no more romantic spark. Trinity said it was no romantic spark with Gabriel. So she's okay with his decision. And said he is cool. He wants to explore North connection with Trinity, and he felt like they are more Trinity. He said he's very accommodating at first, and he's more closer. I said the reason why you're closer because y'all bombshell didn't pick y'all, so y'all closer for by default. But I don't know. I feel like he does feel like Trinity. He does like Trinity. I don't know. He or into like that, but I do feel like he does like her. But I think it's building. I think it's a slow burn for him to build up. But he does say he's very accommodating. He put people first, so he would think about her and everything. And it said, think about yourself sometimes. Like she was trying to tell him, like they try to give him encouragement. Think about yourself sometimes. You in this too. This is your journey as much as mine. So you have to think about what you want, and that's that. And I don't know. She feel like it's nothing there with him yet. But him, he explaining that it's more he want to build it up because sometimes somebody gets so locked in, and then one of the figure argument happen, or one disagreement, y'all blow up, and we seen it. So he said he don't want that to happen. He want to build it, and she didn't think of that way. So she said, "Oh, I didn't think about it that way. You put me in perspective." But Trinity might find her eyes open for somebody else who might come back in. So let's see, and maybe him if he don't go home. Yes, Kizzy and Sean. Kizzy kept saying, I wish Zach would be more upfront. Didn't like how he handled it. So when Zach was trying to talk to him, she said, nope, no. I said, girl, you playing no fun. Because I was saying, listen, I know people saying that, oh, Kenzie didn't have to talk to him and so like. I said, yes, she don't have to talk to him, but don't still be bothered by it either. When we show you bothered, that means you do want to have some closure or something about it, or you want to have it open so you don't want to act like I said, girls, don't do that, because if you keep doing that, that means you felt more than you trying to let on, and we see it because you keep acting like you're a bad girl, you just big bad Kenzie, but then you crying over being emotional about it. I said you don't have to talk to him if you don't want to talk to him, but every chance you get, you want to be ordered. Get the hair, push him in the pool, do all that stuff, and try to throw digs at him like he give a damn. And he felt so bad about it, and he wanted to talk to you, so you have understanding, so you have closure, move on. But you know, you want no closure, you want to hold on to it. So by you doing all that, you still be bothered, because you're not bothered. Why are you still talking about it? Yes, and she knows she wants to have a conversation because she did say she wanted to have a conversation with him. But now she see him and he want to have the conversation. You don't want to talk to him, and it shows she's immature because she indeed wanted to have the conversation with him. Exactly. Yes, exactly. She did want it. She did, but then she want to act off. She don't want to talk to him, so you can show off. So everyone's gonna say, "Yes, girl. Yes, girl." I say that's delusional. What happens to delusional, Pat? So at breakfast time, showing the kids a kiss. And I said, what the fuck is happening? What conversation y'all had? Y'all consoling each other over your partners picking red and moving on. But I don't even know what is it. Y'all just didn't want to be left out. So y'all pretending to be a couple. Sincere put Katie for the chat. Why he did that? Because since he did this, all hell been loose. Sincere put Katie for a chat. And she talked about Zach, how she's good with Zach. He said Melanie is great. And we saw while they was talking, Melanie and Kizzy walked past today. I think she saw him, but I don't know if she saw Kayla. But I think she did saw Kayla. I said, girl, you walked past him, but then she said her eyes not that great. So I don't know. Maybe she saw somebody talking, but she didn't know who she was talking to. But I don't know. But I was like, you walked past him, so you know he was talking to Kayla. So whatever. So Kayla said she likes to go out a lot. She like pizza. She loves his name. And he said Kayla has some crazy attributes. So Melanie says she's scared too fast, that she's really into Sincere. And she don't want to fall into self-sabotaging. I said, well, you about to start doing that in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, girl. Whatever. And Beatrice is Zach. So Beatrice is Zach. So Beatrice tried to help Zach. He said it felt like that Kenzie would be in defensive mode and whatnot. And she try to help him break the ice. If I were Kenzie, what will you say? And he was just choking up. He said, I said, oh boy, bye. Just be straight up. You don't have to be practiced, straight up. You were straight up before. I don't know what more you want to see him. But whatever. He was choking up. So she was trying to help him and whatnot. He said, you know what to say. I said, yeah. Because she a woman. She know what women look like to hear. But listen, we don't know about Kenzie. She don't know Kenzie like that to know what Kenzie want to hear. But she don't want to talk to him. Kenzie tried to get to know the guys. So Kenzie said she tried to get to know the guys. And Gabriel and Kenzie talk. Oh, so she didn't talk to Gabriel yet. So later, maybe I don't know who said that sexual contention. Maybe somebody else is saying that. But they said the languages they speak. They spoke about the languages. He said he's a beach guy. say he is very straightforward. He a passionate and affectionate type of person. He loves physical touch, we could tell. And both like to dance. I said, I know that's right. I like to dance too. Zach once again tried to talk to Kenzie, and she said nope. I said um they would tell him don't. Oh, Trinity and Bryce. But Trinity and Bryce said, listen, I'm not gonna kiss nobody's ass. And they said, well, I'm not gonna do it, kiss anybody's ass. So you said you tried to talk to her twice, and she kept telling you no. Don't even try anymore. He said, you're right, you're right. They both said that. I said, I know that's right, because I want to be kissing her ass either. I said, girl, you want to be mad? Go ahead and be mad. But let that shit go. Let it go. It's done. You're not going back to him. You're going to find somebody else. So step your pussy game up and try to talk to all these guys in this villa and see if you can try to get some connection, because picking is going to happen soon. So Melanie and Naya talk, and it seems like Naya is like the villa therapist. Everybody talk to her, and she know all the tea and everything, and everybody talk to her. I said, but Naya, you could do that, but you need to step your own game up too and play this game as well, because you can't put all your eggs in one basket with KC as well. You need to start exploring. Sean said he used his top, trying to talk to Sean and see if you into him or not, and what now? And say other people, like, come on now. Sincere is kid enough. We can't have only him only attached to Melanie. And one figure Melanie trying to tell Naya she gonna talk to KC. We didn't get to that episode, but I'm going to give you foreshadowing. She gonna talk to KC. She gonna put her in the chat. She didn't even ask. She don't ask. She didn't ask for permission, but how she came over and say it. Now I'm gonna put her for the chat. I ain't playing. And I said, banana. Oh, if I was like, I said, okay, girl, you got that. I would switch my ass right to Cecilia. Hey, Cecilia, what's going on, boo? We can talk about shoes. I don't care. And I would be like, yes, Cecilia, you so funny. Yeah, girl, bye. Go try to tell me you gonna talk to my man. I'm gonna talk to you too. Now you gonna be crashing out more, girl, because I'm gonna give you something to talk about. Tell me what you gonna do. See, that's where respect comes from. Yes, it's not Friendship Island, but at the same time, you gotta have a little respect. Because you might meet these people. And you build connections. But you can't be disrespectful and step on everybody's toes and be disrespectful about it. If you're going to do that, stand on it. Don't start crying now. But we get to that. I'm jumping ahead. But whatever. I just wanted to say that because it was in my mind. So, she was upset because Anaya told Melody that Cecilia put Kato for a check. She said she's not mad that they're exploring, but she did not know. And she haven't talked to him all day. And that's the only issue I have. It's like, yes, you should be upset, but I don't think you should be that upset to cry about it. But hey, it's her emotions, not my emotions. I usually don't cry like that. But why you haven't talked to her all day? But we do also know that when they do not film, we heard it from different cast members. They separate the girls and guys. The guys on one end, the girls on the other end. When they eat separately. They don't eat together. So I don't know, but I was like, all day, you could have been skedaddle to Melody and say, Melody, hey boo, I'll let you know that I'm putting the cake for the chat. There's nothing wrong when I connect you. I just want to put her in that chat and everything. It's cool. And she's been okay with that. But the fact that you didn't tell her all day and then you voice talk to her all day, you had no conversations, I would say that what happened. That's the only thing I'm for him about. Other than that, it is what it is. He not going for put on the chat. He can just inform them. But I wish you would have the same mentality to do so. I hope you would tell him in tonight's episode, when we watch it tonight, that you pulled KC and Corbin for the chat. I want to. You want to go by the same rules, only apply to Sincere. So she said she always feel that guys big her up, say she beautiful her and like her, but then they get sick of her. And she said she don't want to self-sabotage. I said that's hurtful. But I would say if that's where we got to start learning of self-growth and learning yourself. if you always picking guys, and it's not all these guys got together and come up and say, "Oh, we're gonna do all the same thing to Melanie." We all go talk to Melanie, and you talk to her this year, I talk to her next year, and we all do the same thing. It's not that they all congregate and they got and conspired to go against Melanie. I feel like if you always picking the type of guys, it's maybe the type of guys you picking. Because you say you usually pick guys who don't have no future, so they're only going to be there for the short time. And then when you acting like they get sick and tired, or you get too clingy fast, or whatnot, it seems like what we're seeing, and then you crashing out because the guy you liking likes you, but then you start acting behaviors, then they turning them off. So maybe that's something that you need to look on yourself. But I don't think you think that you're the problem, and that's the problem. When you start getting older, you go always thinking that it's always someone else's fault, and not thinking within, and then you realize why you don't have no successful relationships. But whatever. I've been thinking for a long ass time myself, so I don't think I'm perfect either, because I know my ways. But I would be a good partner. But whatever, what happens, happens. Don't listen to me, Melanie. Don't listen to me. But I'm letting you know, it's certain one with you. It's you. It's not the men. The men are douchebag. We know that. But so who's he picking? So Trinity and Kenzie. So they feel like Bryce feel like it's a friendship chemistry. That's the vibe she was getting until he explained himself. And she said she wants to talk to Sean and KC. And Casey said that Sean and Gabriel is neck and neck. Okay, so Trinity said she would talk to Sean and Casey. I said, so when you gonna start talking to them? Don't let it be too late, girl. Right? So Trinity and Beatrice talk, and Beatrice haven't talked to Kenzie. Gabe is still her number one, but she said she will talk to both of them because I think Beatrice felt some way about Kenzie pulling Gabe for a track and then tell her that she put for the chat. I said, okay. I mean, it's understandable. I guess that's the rules to the game. Just be honest and tell me. That's what, especially and so on. But then she said, "No, I'm gonna talk to. I ain't gonna because I ain't gonna listen to her because she ain't gonna tell me the truth." I said, "So you gonna think the man gonna tell you the truth over the girl? Usually the woman would tell you the truth more than the man. So why you gonna think Kenzie gonna lie to you? You got something against Kenzie? All right, girl." So they got a text, and we almost done, y'all. Almost done. I know I'm talking, but whatever. We got a text, and they're gonna do truths and secrets gonna be revealed about each other. So what it is, they will ask a question that pertains to one particular islander, and then you got to guess who the islander is, and then whoever you think it is, you go push them in the pool, and then after you push in the pool, they go read who the answers pertain to, so you get truth out of it. So Melody read somebody sexy role play as a Terminator. She thinks it's Anaya, and she was right, it was Anaya, right? So Casey wrote, somebody forgot a hookup name mid-sex. Sometimes, like, you gonna try to get to know the name of the person you hooking up with. Try to ask them. If you don't understand the name, say baby, ooh, boo, yeah. Try to avoid say the name. But it was Zach. So Casey think it was Zach, and it was right, it was Zach. I said, ooh, okay, so you better not thinking about me. I said, no, it was a hookup. And if it's somebody he really influenced and they thinking about you, and y'all been dating for a while, I said, bitch, who the fuck are you fucking with? Because how the fuck you open up on my name? Stop. So Kata, she wrote, I didn't accept with a 52 years old. She think it's Gabriel, and it was Gabriel. They said, damn, Gabriel? I said, why you surprised? Gabriel give that type that he was freaking Nicky, but I know he was doing 52 years old. But you not know, listen, the 50 year old, that hot box is still going. Sure. I said, listen, the Brazilians, they don't play. Like I said, they get down. Sincere said somebody broke up with their partner and slept with someone new the same day. He thinks it was Bryce, but it wasn't Bryce. It was Sean. They said, "Oh, Sean, what's up?" Bryce had somebody gave a boyfriend head while the mom was driving. So Bryce thought it was Kinsey, but it wasn't Kinsey. It was Trinity. Everybody say, Trinity girl, what's up? Because even though that question is so, I said, what? I don't know if I believe Trinity. I don't believe that. Because she said, I had to do it real quick. My mom was in the front. It was section. I was in the back. My boy wanted to get ahead. And I did it real quick. I said, how she? Did your mom was playing freaking Rough Rider or something? On the drink, blasting music, and she can't hear y'all. I was like, or look back and see what you're doing. Because how the hell you be giving somebody a head? And I said, that boyfriend don't respect you. So for you to give head to him while your mom is driving, I said, boy, you get the fuck out of my face. Ain't nothing going down there with my parents and That's Trinity. So I said, oh, girl. But then he said, you don't like doing all the extra stuff. I said, girl, you're a freak when you comfortable with her. I guess that's the freak that coming out of her. I said, I'm comfortable with that boyfriend. You can do all that while your mother was driving. Okay. So Beatrice read, somebody goes to the boyfriend because he bought an engagement ring. So she think it was Kada, and it was actually Melody. So Melody explained her story. She said it was high school. She wasn't having sex with nobody and everything. I guess to marriage like that. But so the guy bought an engagement ring so he could just have sex with her. And I was like, oh, okay, I understand that. Because that's a douchebag guy who would do some shit like that. It was high school. So Shancia said, oh, I didn't like that. That's a red flag. I said, Shancia, shut up. What are you talking about? She said, do you listen to what she said? She was in high school. Somebody bought a ring just to have sex with her in high school. So how the hell that's an issue? She said, shut up. So Trinity wrote, somebody had an orgasm over someone's friend's pillow. I said, you go to somebody's friend's house and have an orgasm? And not on their pillows go on. You wouldn't be that disrespectful. So she think it was KC. It was actually with Kada. They said Kada. Now everybody doing me say, oh, we can't come to your house. Pick up all the pillows, girl. Pick up all the pillows. Come on, the pillows. Pick it up, girl. Hide the damn pillows, girl. So Zach read that they said somebody had sex in the same room with their best friend. So he think it was sincere. No, it was actually KC. He said him and his boy was best friend. They was college dorm and they both had sex. I was like, college, it is what it is. It's fine. Kinsey read that somebody dated someone to get to the friend and get their number. She think it was Zach. No, she didn't believe it was Zach. She wanted to push Zach. But it was after Bryce. She wanted to push Zach because she wanted to get something out of him. Get something off her steam. I said, girl, you still so bonded. You didn't believe it was Zach. You just wanted to push her. It was after Bryce. I said, Bryce, don't do that. But he actually said they've been had like a 2-year relationship, so I guess it worked out. Anaya read that somebody guilty by texting another person while they dated someone. While they currently date someone, they will text other people. Now, is it exclusive dating or you casual dating? Because people say, when you dating, you with me. But people are just like, listen, I'm not dating, so we were exclusive. Definitely become a boyfriend girlfriend. But whatever. He was texting other people while he's in a relationship, basically. And so now you think it was Sean, as sincere. And Wendy saw that it's funny, it's a meme on Twitter. She was like, oh, I said, oh, that crazy is coming out of Melody. Great, that's coming out of Melody real quick. She said, he better not do that when he with me. He better not do that with me. I said, what the hell he gonna do? He got no phone. So what the hell he texting? I know when you talk about outside of Villa, I'm being funny. But, outside of Villa, he said he don't do that anymore. But whatever. He is lazy, man, and he got himself in some trouble. So I said, you better wake yourself up and start acting stupid. But don't do that, Cynthia. Don't do that. Don't do that. So Melanie seems really upset. She was really upset about Cynthia revealing his truth, his secret. So, and she can always check his phone, yes. Because he says we should always have access to each other if we want to have access. So if she want to check his phone, you should check his phone. But now, I don't know when you should check your phone if you know you'll be texting other bitches. Like, so you better stop doing that. Yes. So as I said, don't do that now if you always feel like you should have access to your partner's phone. So you better be careful. But she said she was really upset by that. She said she could play this game. You want to play a game? I could play a game too. I ain't gonna play that. She said, you gonna cheat, I'm gonna cheat back. I said, he ain't cheating on you. So what the hell you going? I said, girl, what you talking about? Now she acting like she's this big ace boom coon now. If you gonna cheat, I'm gonna cheat back. I always know he a cheater. I said, girl, did not cheat on you. How you always know? You was always submitted by him, so if you always know you're a cheater, you shouldn't even pick him, right? So Sia and KC. He bothered by Melody being all pissed with him. Pissed with him. Melody was questioning him about Kata. What they talked about. They basically talked about pizza. He talked about you a lot. And it's crazy because when she asked Kata, she explained and nothing really happened with that conversation. I think that was episode 4 or whatever. Nothing happened in that conversation. It was nothing. I talked about Zach. He talked about you. It was nothing really deep to go by. Yes, he should have told her he pulled Kata for a chat. But my thing is, she said, all right. She said she upset that he gassed her head up thinking it's all about her, but it's not. And she could do him and she would do her. I say, you been doing you and he been doing him. The only thing I'll fault him for not telling you. But why be that pissed off though? Make it seem like y'all been in a relationship for like 10 years, like you was in Castle and it happened. Like it was you was in Castle, y'all was closed off, and then y'all found this out after Castle. Then I understand you freaking going off about it. But you should be only go that's issue when he didn't tell you he put a Kata for a chat. But my thing is, are you upset that he put Kata for a chat, or you upset it was Kata? Cause how you acting towards Kata make me feel like you have a competitive issue. You could competing with Kata, and Kata is not really interested in like that. I don't know, but she seems like she's more into that because all the chance she gets, she talking to her man and kissing him down. She only had one chat with Sincere, and that's it. And they ain't talk about nothing. They didn't talk about she ain't talk about how she trying to get him. He didn't talk about how she's trying to get her. He did say that Melody is his number one. But you say you want to get back, go ahead, get back, girl. But you need to hold to your own decisions. Don't get upset when somebody call you out on yours. And keep it clean. We're gonna save episode 4 to Wednesday. 4, 5, 6. And that's today's 4. No, yesterday was 4. Today's 5. Monday 6, 7. So we're gonna do episode 4 to 7 on Wednesday. But that's any last thoughts about the first 3 episodes? What y'all like? What y'all didn't like? You enjoy it? And when like I said, I'm enjoying the season. But I need these people to stop being their delusions. And also, I'm not mad for people calling each other out. Call each other out. And call each other, yes, call each other out. Don't be disrespectful. Call each other out and don't get upset. Because y'all had this pact. So don't get upset when they're coming at you and calling you out on your behavior. We won't get to more details of episode 4, but I feel like the reason why I say that about that Melanie had issue with Kayla, that's like, girl, you purposely mispronounce her. You purposely try to forget her name. You try to throw shade, and Kayla clocked that, and she throw right back at you. So 2 can play this game, girl. I go tit for tat for the girl. Don't play with me. And when Kayla do all that, everybody love Kayla now. Now people they had issue with Kayla before. But now everybody locate her. They say, oh, go ahead, girl. We rock with you. I said, Melanie, you will lose it. Give her 10, y'all. And with that being said, I will be at 10 because I'll be talking for 2 hours. But yes, I'm getting myself ready for work. But I wanted to give y'all this little review here because I was supposed to do the review on Friday, but I had some family issues, family emergency. So I gave y'all it on Saturday before I go to work. Hope y'all enjoy it. Please like the video. Subscribe to the channel. There's a video out about Kaya saying she's a mean girl. Yeah, people saying that. But and then somebody, I think her mom came up confronted her and said, no, she's not no mean girl. People talk about her, call her the N-words like that. So she had to say what she had to say. But when I say that, Kayla is staying on business. And says she's a mean girl. They just want to have something on Bombshell to get her to have some videos on. I said that's not enough to get her off the show, y'all. So y'all better find something else. We'll see. Because she's a mean girl, it will show up. And so far, Kayla has been showing no mean girl tendencies yet. But we do know she's a tit for tat kind of girl, and she showed us that. You can be petty, I can be petty too. And I was here for it. But we will watch the latest episode, the new episode, because tonight is a recoupling. So I think the ladies got to pick because it's more girls, it's more guys than girls. So it's more guys than girls. I think the ladies got to pick, and a guy will be going home. So tonight, about midnight Eastern Standard Time, come on Discord. We will definitely watch the episode and talk about it. And I know when I'll be at a job, I'm going to look at Twitter and see what people are saying about the episode because it is what it is. They might spoil it for me, but I still won't see it. I still will see it. But we'll watch the episode tonight. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Enjoy. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. If you're new, share this video out there. And I hope that. And any other news that come out, please feel free to share it on my Discord or DM me on my Twitter, Instagram, and let me know so I can talk about it next time. And I see y'all later. All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later. See y'all tonight for the new episode of Love Island. Peace out.